Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making Detroit-style pizza, and I'm excited to tell you the difference between Detroit and your regular pizza is the shape of the pizza. It's typically square, and it's also, all of the toppings go on in reverse. So it's a little bit different, and typically the crust is a little thicker, crispy and chewy. So let's do it. So back in the old days, back in Detroit, this all started when someone made a pizza inside of a metal pan that came from the auto industry. Can you believe that? That's what they used to use to cook it in, which is why it was shaped differently than a normal pizza. Today, I'm making the pizza in our awesome 12-inch cast iron skillet. Big, heavy tool, great for cooking outside, inside, grilling, searing, everything and anything. And one of the great things about cast iron is the nice crust you're gonna get with this pizza. So the first thing you wanna do is brush on a little bit of oil into the bottom of the pan. And I'm gonna plop this aside just for a minute and show you that I've already rolled out my crust. I went to the store and bought a crust. You can buy them frozen, you can buy them in cans, whatever, you can make your own. And I took my baker's roller and just rolled it out to a square shape, just like this. And now what I'm going to do is slide it right into my cast iron skillet, just like this. And I'm going to turn on my stove on high, and I'm gonna pre-bake this little baby for like 2 to 3 minutes. And before I do that, I wanna prick the crust real quick so that we don't get any bubbles. So I'm gonna put this over here for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna pull it off and assemble everything. So we're gonna need some pepperoni. I've already grated up some Muenster cheese. I've got some sauce, and I'm gonna grate up a little mozzarella. So I'm gonna use our adjustable, it's called a Microplane Adjustable Coarse Grater. And I'm popping off the protective cover here, and I'm going to grate up some mozzarella. And you can see this is just a very cool tool to use for grating your cheese. And it also, this little baby here has a measurement so that you can measure out how much you need. And we need about 6 ounces. So we grate that up. And then we're gonna add on our pepperoni. This is a really easy recipe, and it's a great way to make pizza at home and put whatever toppings you want on it. And you don't have to leave the house to make it. So here we go. We have our cheese all grated up real nice. I think you'll agree. And the next step is to pull off our pan. I'm gonna put out something to keep this from being too hot on my tray. And this is actually our mat for rolling out doughs that I used. So here we go. I don't know if it's been 2 or 3 minutes, but we're gonna wait a minute and let that happen. And assemble this all together. I'm gonna pop over here and check it out, see what's happening. It's getting a little bit of a brownness on the bottom. We don't wanna burn it. And you always wanna make sure that you have your oven mitts to grab this. Because sometimes I think we think, oh, well, it has handles, I'll grab the handles. No, use your mitts. Okay, a couple more minutes. It's like waiting for the watched pot, right? Let's just see it. Ooh, it's looking good. The other thing about this pizza is it won't have like a crust around the outer edge. You know how the regular pizzas has an area with no sauce and no cheese? Well, you're gonna put the cheese all the way out to the sides so that it's all over the end. And then when this comes out of the oven, everybody wants the end part because it's really yummy and crispy. So, I think it's been 2 minutes. Oh, I think it's close. We're gonna do it. All right, so now I'm gonna pop this over here, and now we're gonna assemble this baby. So, just like I said, we're going in reverse. So we're gonna put 12 or so pepperonis on here. It's a very interesting, you know, I'm not really gonna measure, so we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna cover it. And one of the other things I learned about Detroit pizza is the theory behind putting the pepperoni on first is that the juices, let's call them juices, but we all know what it is, from the pepperoni helps the crust have a really yummy flavor because it cooks and kind of soaks into the crust. Of course, you can use turkey pepperoni, imitation pepperoni, but today I'm making this with good old, real, true pepperoni. So there you go. I've got all my pepperonis on there. Now the next thing we're gonna add on is the cheese, both cheeses. And like I said, we're gonna go all the way out to the end, and I'm actually gonna start at the end. And you're using a combination of Muenster cheese and mozzarella cheese. And it gives it just a really nice, sweet cheese flavor when you use the combination. All right, now let's add on our mozzarella. Oh, you know what? I already missed something. I really missed something. So I'm also need to add some Italian seasoning to this. And I'm gonna sprinkle that on right now. Everybody has their own way of making this, and of course I boo-booed. So right now I'm gonna pop on some of our Italian seasoning, just sprinkle it on the top. I'm going to pop this into my 500-degree oven for approximately 15 minutes, and voila, we have our pizza. And actually I'm gonna put more pepperoni on top of this too. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you take a chance and try out this recipe on your own and let me know what your family thinks of it. Thanks again for watching.